I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this, but everything you think you know about visiting London is completely wrong. Tour companies are straight up lying to you about the best ways to experience this city, and I'm about to expose secrets that locals have been keeping from tourists for decades. I've lived in London for over 5 years, and I've discovered underground tunnels beneath Big Ben, secret royal passages in Buckingham Palace, and free experiences that cost other tourists hundreds of pounds. The tourism industry doesn't want you to know these tricks because they make billions from keeping you confused and overpaying for everything. But here's the thing that will blow your mind. There's a hidden London that exists parallel to the tourist traps, where you can experience the real city for a fraction of the cost, while having adventures that most visitors never even know exist. The secret I reveal at the end of this video will save you over £200 and give you access to places that aren't even in guidebooks. If you think London is just Big Ben and fish and chips, you're about to have your mind completely blown. This isn't your typical travel guide. This is an insider's blueprint to conquering one of the world's greatest cities like a local. Here's something the tourism industry doesn't want you to know. The London Underground isn't just transportation. It's a time machine, an art gallery, and a social experiment all rolled into one incredible system that most tourists completely misunderstand. Everyone tells you to get an Oyster card, but here's the insider secret that will save you money immediately. Your contactless bank card is actually cheaper for short visits. The daily cap is the same, but you don't have to pay the £5 card fee or worry about leftover credit. I've saved hundreds of pounds just by using this one trick. But here's where it gets really interesting. The tube map is deliberately not to scale, and this creates opportunities that tourists miss every single day. Some of the most famous attractions in London are actually closer together than the tube map suggests. I once watched a family spend £20 on tube tickets to travel between stations that were literally a 3-minute walk apart. The river buses are London's best-kept secret. For the same price as the tube, you get a scenic cruise past every major landmark, while locals commute to work. I've taken this route hundreds of times, and I still get excited watching Tower Bridge open or seeing the London Eye from the water. Here's my insider route that will blow your mind. Take the river bus from Westminster to Greenwich, then take the DLR back through Canary Wharf. You'll see London from 3 completely different perspectives: historic, maritime, and ultra-modern, all for the price of a single tube journey. The night tube on weekends opens up a completely different London. The city transforms after midnight, and you'll experience neighborhoods and energy that day tourists never see. Some of my most incredible London memories happened between midnight and 6 a.m. Westminster isn't just where tourists take photos. It's the actual beating heart of one of the world's most powerful nations, and there are secrets here that will give you chills. Big Ben is currently wrapped in scaffolding, but here's what most people don't realize. This renovation is revealing secrets that have been hidden for over 160 years. The workers have discovered Victorian graffiti, hidden chambers, and mechanisms that even experts didn't know existed. When it's finally unveiled, it will be more spectacular than ever before. But here's the secret that tour guides don't tell you. You can actually go inside the Houses of Parliament for free. Not just tours, but actual parliamentary sessions where real decisions affecting millions of people are being made. I've sat in the gallery during heated debates about Brexit, and the energy is absolutely electric. Westminster Abbey isn't just a church, it's where every monarch for the last 1,000 years has been crowned. When you walk through those doors, you're literally walking where kings and queens have walked for a millennium. The Poets' Corner contains the graves of Shakespeare's contemporaries, and the acoustics are so perfect that whispers carry across the entire cathedral. Here's an insider tip that will save you £25. Westminster Abbey offers free evening prayer services, where you can experience the full cathedral without paying admission. The atmosphere during these services is absolutely magical, and you'll feel the spiritual power that has drawn people here for centuries. St. James's Park isn't just a green space. It's a royal park where you can see pelicans that have been fed by the royal family for over 400 years. These aren't just any pelicans. They're descendants of birds given as diplomatic gifts by foreign ambassadors. Watching the feeding at 2:30 p.m. daily is like witnessing a living piece of history. Buckingham Palace has 775 rooms, and here's something that will blow your mind. When the Queen is in residence, you can tell because the Royal Standard flag is flying. But here's the secret. There are underground tunnels connecting Buckingham Palace to other royal residences that most Londoners don't even know exist. The changing of the guard isn't just a ceremony, it's a military tradition that has continued unbroken for over 350 years. But here's the insider secret. Follow the guards after the ceremony. They march to St. James's Palace, and the route takes you through some of the most exclusive neighbourhoods in London, where you'll see how the other half lives. The City of London isn't just a financial district, it's technically a separate city with its own government, its own police force, and its own ancient traditions that predate most countries. This square mile has more power per square foot than anywhere else on Earth. Tower Bridge isn't just a bridge, it's a Victorian engineering marvel that still operates using the original steam engines from 1894. When you walk across the glass floor 42 meters above the Thames, you're experiencing views that were once reserved only for the bridge operators. The Victorian engine rooms below are like stepping into a steampunk fantasy. But here's the secret that most tourists miss. Tower Bridge opens approximately 1,000 times per year, and if you time it right, you can watch massive ships pass through the heart of London. I've seen everything from historic tall ships to modern naval vessels pass beneath my feet. The schedule is published online, and witnessing a bridge lift is absolutely free. The Tower of London isn't just a castle, it's where the crown jewels worth over £20 billion are kept under guard 24/7. But here's what most people don't realise. The yeoman warders, beefeaters, who guard the tower are all retired military personnel with at least 22 years of service. Their stories about the tower's 1000-year history will give you goosebumps. The ravens at the Tower of London aren't just birds. According to legend, if they ever leave, the kingdom will fall. There are always exactly 6 ravens, plus spares, and they each have names and distinct personalities. The Raven Master is one of the most important positions at the tower, and these birds are treated like royalty. The Shard isn't just a tall building, it's a vertical city with restaurants, offices, a hotel, and apartments where some of the world's wealthiest people live. The view from the top spans 40 miles in every direction, and on clear days, you can see all the way to the English Channel. St. Paul's Cathedral survived the Blitz during World War II, and there's a famous photograph of it standing defiant amid the smoke and flames of burning London. The dome is actually 3 domes, one inside the other, and the acoustics are so perfect that you can whisper at one side of the Whispering Gallery and be heard clearly on the opposite side, 112 feet away. The Millennium Bridge was nicknamed the Wobbly Bridge because it swayed when it first opened, but now it's perfectly stable and offers some of the best photography angles in London. Standing in the middle gives you perfect shots of both St. Paul's Cathedral and the Tate Modern. The West End, where dreams come to life. The West End isn't just London's entertainment district. It's where more theatrical history has been made than anywhere else on Earth. This is where Shakespeare's plays were first performed, where musical theatre was invented, and where dreams still come true every single night. Covent Garden isn't just a market. It's where street performers from around the world come to showcase talents that will absolutely blow your mind. I've seen opera singers who've performed at La Scala, magicians who've fooled Penn and Teller, and acrobats who've trained with Cirque du Soleil. The performances here are often better than shows you'd pay £100 to see in theatres. Leicester Square isn't just a tourist trap. It's where every major movie premiere in Europe happens. If you time your visit right, you might see Hollywood A-listers walking the red carpet just meters away from where you're standing. The energy during premieres is absolutely electric. Piccadilly Circus isn't just bright lights, it's the Times Square of London, but with 400 years more history. The Eros statue in the centre isn't actually Eros, it's his brother Anteros, the god of selfless love. The advertising screens here cost more per second than most people make in a year. Chinatown in London isn't just restaurants, it's a complete cultural transplant where you can experience authentic Chinese culture without leaving Europe. The dim sum here rivals anything you'll find in Hong Kong, and during Chinese New Year, the celebrations are absolutely spectacular. Oxford Street isn't just shopping, it's one of the busiest shopping streets in Europe, with over 300 shops and 200 million visitors per year. But here's the insider secret. The side streets off Oxford Street contain some of London's best vintage shops, independent boutiques, and hidden cafes where you'll find treasures that tourists never discover. The theatre district contains over 40 professional theatres, and here's something that will save you a fortune. Many theatres offer day-of-show tickets for as little as £10. I've seen world-class productions starring famous actors for less than the cost of a movie ticket. The atmosphere in these historic theatres is absolutely magical. Soho isn't just nightlife, it's where London's creative soul lives. This is where musicians, artists, writers and filmmakers gather in pubs that have been serving creative minds for centuries. Some of the most famous songs, books and films in history were conceived in Soho pubs. Now I'm going to reveal the London that guidebooks don't mention, the secret London that locals experience every day while tourists walk right past incredible experiences. Hyde Park isn't just a park, it's larger than Monaco and contains hidden gardens, secret memorials and Speaker's Corner, where anyone can stand up and say anything they want. This tradition of free speech has continued for over 150 years, and you might hear everything from political rants to poetry readings. The Royal Albert Hall isn't just a concert venue, it's where the last night of the proms happens every year, creating one of the most patriotic and emotional musical experiences on earth. The acoustics are so perfect that they had to install acoustic discs on the ceiling to prevent echoes. Kensington Palace isn't just where royals live, it's where Princess Diana lived, and the Memorial Garden is one of the most peaceful places in London. The palace exhibitions change regularly, and you'll see actual dresses, jewellery and personal items belonging to the royal family. Harrods isn't just a department store, it's where the world's wealthy come to shop for things you didn't even know existed. The food halls are like edible museums, and the Egyptian escalator is one of the most opulent shopping experiences on Earth. The Natural History Museum isn't just dinosaurs, it's home to over 80 million specimens, including meteorites, precious gems, and extinct species. The building itself is a cathedral to natural science, and the architecture is as impressive as the exhibits. The British Museum isn't just artifacts. It contains treasures from every civilization in human history. The Rosetta Stone, Egyptian mummies, and Greek sculptures are just the beginning. You could spend weeks here and still not see everything. Madame Tussauds isn't just wax figures. This is the original location where the art of wax figure making was perfected. Some of these figures are so lifelike that you'll do double takes. The London Zoo in Regent's Park isn't just animals. It's one of the world's oldest scientific zoos, where conservation research happens alongside public education. The Land of the Lions exhibit makes you feel like you're on safari in Africa. Camden Market isn't just shopping, it's where London's alternative culture thrives. You'll find everything from vintage band t-shirts to handmade jewellery, and the food market offers cuisines from every corner of the world. But here's the secret that will change your entire London experience: the Thames Path. This walking route follows the river for 184 miles, but the London section takes you past every major landmark while showing you hidden riverside pubs, secret gardens, and viewpoints that most tourists never discover. Greenwich isn't just a day trip, it's where time begins. The prime meridian line at the Royal Observatory is literally where all time on Earth is measured from. Standing with 1 foot in the Eastern Hemisphere and 1 foot in the Western Hemisphere is a moment you'll never forget. The Cutty Sark isn't just an old ship, it's the fastest tea-clipper ever built, and it represents the height of the age of sail. Walking through this restored ship is like traveling back to when Britain ruled the seas through speed and skill rather than steam power. The National Maritime Museum tells the story of how a small island nation became the most powerful empire in history through mastery of the seas. The exhibits here will change how you understand world history. Windsor Castle isn't just a day trip. It's the oldest occupied castle in the world, where the royal family actually lives and works. The state apartments contain priceless art collections, and St. George's Chapel is where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were married. Canary Wharf isn't just office buildings, it's London's attempt to compete with Manhattan, and the architecture here represents the future of urban design. The underground shopping centres are like cities beneath the city. The O2 Arena isn't just concerts. You can actually climb over the dome for 360-degree views of London that few people ever experience. It's like being on top of the world. The sports culture in London is legendary. Wembley Stadium is where football dreams come true, Twickenham is the home of rugby, and Lord's Cricket Ground is where the sport was invented. Attending a match at any of these venues is experiencing British culture at its most passionate. But here's the ultimate London secret that locals don't want tourists to know. The London Pass isn't worth it for most visitors. Instead, many of London's best attractions are completely free. The Tate Modern, National Gallery, British Museum, Natural History Museum, and most churches don't charge admission. You can have an incredible London experience without spending a fortune on attraction tickets. London's food scene has undergone a complete transformation, and it's now one of the world's great food cities. This isn't the London of bland fish and chips. This is a culinary capital that rivals Paris, Tokyo, and New York. Borough Market isn't just a market. It's a 1000-year-old food market where you can taste ingredients and prepared foods from every corner of the world. The quality here is so high that many of London's best restaurants source their ingredients from these stalls. Brick Lane isn't just curry houses. It's where London's Bangladeshi community has created some of the best Indian food outside of India. The competition between restaurants is so fierce that the quality is absolutely incredible. Chinatown offers authentic Chinese cuisine that rivals anything you'll find in Beijing or Hong Kong. The dim sum here is particularly spectacular, and during Chinese festivals, the celebrations spill out into the streets. But here's the insider secret about London food that will save you hundreds of pounds. The best meals aren't in expensive restaurants. They're in pubs that have been perfecting their recipes for centuries. A proper Sunday roast in a historic pub like the George Inn, which Shakespeare used to drink at, will give you a more authentic London experience than any Michelin-starred restaurant. The street food scene has exploded in the last decade. Markets like Maltby Street, Broadway Market, and Curb offer world-class food from vendors who often trained in top restaurants. You can eat better for £8 at these markets than you can for £80 in tourist restaurants. Here's something that will blow your mind. London has more Indian restaurants than Mumbai, more Turkish restaurants than Istanbul, and some of the best Japanese food outside of Japan. The diversity here means you can literally eat your way around the world without leaving the city. The afternoon tea culture isn't just a tourist gimmick. It's a genuine British tradition that, when done properly, is an art form. But skip the overpriced hotel teas and find a proper tea room where locals actually go. The experience is more authentic and costs half the price. Here's what tourism websites don't tell you. London is completely different depending on when you visit, and each season offers unique experiences that most tourists miss. Winter London is magical in ways that summer visitors never experience. The Christmas markets, ice skating rinks, and holiday lights transform the city into a winter wonderland. Plus, theatre tickets are cheaper, museums are less crowded, and you'll experience London like locals do during the cozy months. Spring brings the royal parks to life with flowers that rival any botanical garden. Hyde Park's Speaker's Corner becomes more active, outdoor markets reopen, and the longer days reveal London's incredible architecture in perfect light. Summer is festival season, from the Notting Hill Carnival to outdoor cinema screenings in parks, to rooftop bars that offer stunning city views. The Thames becomes a highway of pleasure boats, and every park fills with locals enjoying picnics and outdoor activities. Autumn is when London shows its most beautiful colours. The parks become painting-like landscapes. The cultural season begins with new theatre productions and art exhibitions, and the cosy pub culture reaches its peak. But here's the ultimate seasonal secret. London's weather reputation is completely wrong. It rains less in London than in Rome, New York, or Sydney. The myth of constant rain keeps tourist numbers lower and makes your experience more authentic. Now I'm going to reveal the money-saving secrets that will transform your London budget from expensive nightmare to affordable adventure. Free museums aren't just free, they're world-class institutions that would cost £30 plus each in other cities. The British Museum, Tate Modern, National Gallery, Natural History Museum, Science Museum, and V&A contain some of the most important artifacts and artworks in human history, and they don't charge a penny. The Boris bikes, Santander cycles, aren't just transportation. They're the cheapest way to see London while getting exercise. For £2 per day, you can cycle past every major landmark while avoiding crowded public transport. Happy hour culture exists in London, but locals know when and where to find it. Many pubs offer 2-for-1 deals between 5-7 p.m, and some restaurants have pre-theatre menus that are half the price of regular dinner service. The London Pass is marketed heavily to tourists, but here's the truth. Unless you're visiting 3+ paid attractions per day, you'll save money buying individual tickets. Most visitors would save £50-100 by skipping the pass and choosing attractions strategically. Walking tours aren't just free. They're often better than paid tours because the guides work for tips and genuinely want to provide incredible experiences. I've learned more about London from free walking tour guides than from expensive private tours. Here are the ultimate London secrets that even most locals don't know. The London Underground has abandoned stations that you can visit on special tours. These ghost stations tell the story of London's development and offer eerie glimpses into the city's hidden history. There are Roman ruins scattered throughout London that most people walk past without noticing. The London Wall, Roman amphitheatre remains, and ancient roads are still visible if you know where to look. The Thames foreshore is accessible at low tide, and people regularly find Roman coins, medieval pottery, and Victorian artifacts just lying on the riverbank. It's like the world's largest archaeological site hiding in plain sight. Secret gardens exist throughout London. Hidden courtyards, rooftop gardens, and private squares that are open to the public but rarely visited by tourists. These green oases offer peaceful escapes from the city's energy. The view from Parliament Hill on Hampstead Heath is better than any paid observation deck and shows London spread out like a living map. Sunset from this spot is absolutely magical and completely free. London isn't just a city you visit, it's a city that changes you. Every street corner has witnessed centuries of human drama, every pub has stories that would fill novels, and every neighborhood offers a different perspective on what it means to be human in one of the world's great cities. I've watched thousands of visitors arrive in London thinking they know what to expect, only to leave completely transformed by experiences they never imagined. This city has a way of revealing parts of yourself you didn't know existed. The confidence you'll gain from navigating one of the world's most complex cities will serve you for the rest of your life. The cultural experiences will broaden your perspective in ways that no book or documentary ever could. The history you'll witness will make you feel connected to centuries of human achievement and struggle. London doesn't just show you incredible sights. It teaches you that every city, every place, every culture has layers of depth waiting to be discovered by those curious enough to look beyond the surface. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just visit London, experience it like someone who belongs there. Use the insider secrets I've shared, explore beyond the tourist zones, and give yourself enough time to discover the London that guidebooks can't capture. Book at least a week, stay in the West End or near Westminster for easy access to everything. Get a contactless payment card, download the City Mapper app, and most importantly, talk to locals. Londoners love sharing their city with people who show genuine interest in experiencing it properly. Which of these London secrets surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and tell me what you're most excited to experience. I read every comment and love helping people plan their London adventures. If this video changed how you think about London, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I'm constantly discovering new secrets about this incredible city, and I want you to be the first to know about them. And if you're ready to start planning your London adventure right now, check out my detailed neighborhood guides and money-saving tips in the playlist I've linked in the description. Each video contains specific recommendations that will make your trip unforgettable while keeping your budget intact. London is waiting for you to discover its secrets. The question is, are you ready to experience the real London?